Hi guys, it's me Dave back for another video, and today, if you can see in the background, I've been doing some rearranging. This would have been the stuff I mentioned in the previous video, which was in my workshop, but I've moved it up here, mainly to show you guys the stuff that I've got, but we'll do another video on that very soon. Today I am going to be talking about possible things that happen in Ghostbusters Afterlife during the finale. I've not seen the film. Obviously, I'm from the UK. I did not get to see the film at Comic-Con, whenever it was, about a month ago. A lot of people in America saw it that went to that Comic-Con, and they've been put under some sort of like non-disclosure type agreement, which is they can't spoil the film. They can talk about the film and how they liked it, but they can't talk about certain plot points about the film. But Sony, being Sony, have dropped little Sony, being Sony, have dropped a few little breadcrumbs around with all the clips that they've been showing, and a few little sprinklings. And one of my friends on Facebook and on YouTube, Alex Newborn, had a video which he put together snippets from all of the trailers and all the clips they brought out, and he's kind of worked out the story and stuff. And yeah, it's pretty spot on. But obviously we haven't had clips that kind of figure out the ending. So while dropping my kids off at school today, I was on my way back home and had this kind of vision, this musing, if you will, of the possible ending of the film. And unfortunately I haven't actually got any Afterlife figures. I've only got the... Sorry, I've got something stuck in my throat. I've only actually got the second shelf. Has the Ghostbusters figures, which Hasbro released partly through last year, but I've not got the new Ecto. Unfortunately, I will try and find it at some point. So I haven't got any of the Afterlife figures. I've not got like Trevor and Lucky and Podcast and all those ones, so unfortunately I can't act them out with the figures and kind of give you an idea of what I'm trying to portray with this idea. But obviously there's a little thing in the new trailer of Phoebe's got a phone in her hand and she's on the phone, and we've already seen in a previous trailer the idea that Ray in Ray's occult bookshop will answer his phone. And in that trailer that came out recently, you hear Ray on the phone saying, "Don't go chasing ghosts." Maybe Ray doesn't know what Egon was researching in Oklahoma with a Shandor mine. And Alex brought up a very good suggestion that the thing that attacks Egon in the Shandor truck as he's speeding back to the house to try and trap or contain this entity, he does hold a trap up, and I believe he does catch the spectral pterodog. I think there's actually 4 pterodogs. Don't quote me on this. I think there's 4 pterodogs, because they're the spectral ones, which are the upright ones with the spears, and then you've also got like Vince, Clortho and Zool positioned at the front. So I'm thinking that the original temple that you see on the top of and I can't remember the name of the building, and I should, because I watched that film last night. I want to say 155 Central Park West. I could be totally off with the number. I know it's Central Park West. On top of that building they only had the 2 pterodogs, and at the front facing a certain direction. I think there's something to do with the building facing a certain direction, which lines up with all the Mandela nodes and stuff. Don't quote me on that. But in this Shandor temple, there's 2 spectral pterodogs, which are these upright ones with big staffs and stuff. And what I think actually Egon did to stop the coming of Gozer for the second time in this dimension was to smash up the statues of the guards, the spectral guards, I should call them, because that's what comes out of the trap. Paul Rudd's character, Mr. Gruberson, is seen in the latest trailer whacking on the pedal, and poof, out comes the spectral pterodog, and it's all upright. It's kind of, it's not on all fours like a dog would be. It's upright. It's kind of like, pounding its chest, all this like gorilla. There's probably like a little Easter egg to the Filmation Ghostbusters there, with the Tracy the gorilla from that series. But these pterodogs are like 9 foot, 10 foot tall. They're a lot bigger than the pterodogs. I'll get a pterodog from here and show you. I've got one down here which I kept away, and I've actually got the new pterodog up on there, which is the builder figure. But I actually like this one better. Out of all the pterodogs, I think these versions are better. They actually look more like you see on the first film. So obviously, if you've got like, I can't do it with this one. I mean, that looks just ridiculous. It's an upright pterodog. So they obviously must have thought, let's change the design slightly and explain that there's 4 pterodogs, 2 guards and 2 normal. That could be totally wrong. They could be like Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, where he's got more than one form. Spectral pterodog turns into this and then becomes upright mode with a spear at some point. I don't know. I have no idea. But I think that the entity that's chasing him at the time is one of these, and Egon decides, I'm going to lure it back to the house and trap it, which he does. But what I also believe happens is he's on the way back, he's got a trap already, and it's blinking in the truck, and that tells me he's already caught one. Right? So he's caught, I think he caught Vince first, and the one that's stalking him at the house is Zool. So that to me would make sense, that to stop the coming of Gozer, you get the gatekeeper and the keymaster and you lock them away. And the best way of locking them away is in a ghost trap. So he's separated them, he's locked them up, and he's kept them separated, right? Until Phoebe finds the trap, gives it to Gruberson, and Gruberson decides to open it, releasing this in its spectral form, right? Okay. There is a photo, and if I do manage to find the photos, I will explain it, and I will lob them up in between these and do my little voiceovers and stuff so you can hear this. I'll have to try and transfer all of this to audio and line it up so it works. But there's a shot of some stairs by the pit, where you see this hand come out, and everyone's saying it's Gozer, and we think it's Gozer because it would make sense for Gozer to be in it if there's pterodogs and all this like in it. So back to the beginning of the film idea. So Egon has come back from Shandor Mine. He's got a ghost trap. It's loaded. It's got this one end, Vince Clortho. Okay, and then he's stood on the porch, and something else is attacking him, but you can't tell what it is. It's whatever's just whacked into the side of his truck, and you can't see it. It's either been carefully digitally removed so you can't tell what it is, or it's totally invisible and it's just the essence of whatever it is. Yeah, it could also be that the pterodogs can change form in between, so it's running after the truck, bashes into the truck, and then when it finally reaches the house it converts to upright mode. But if you look at the figure of the spectral pterodog that you get with the second series of Builder figures, the legs are see-through, so that could be that whatever you see is stalking him at the farm before he holds the trap up. You can't see the legs, you can only see the top half and the torso. But obviously you're not going to see that from your perspective because they want to lead up to that. Okay, so Egon will trap both pterodogs and lock them away in different areas of Oklahoma to keep them away from each other, or he will mail one back. I don't know, to Ray. I have no idea. The final battle, we do realise, and we do know that these two pterodogs are going to meet back up, and Gozer's going to emerge from the pit because it's in the trailers. And if you look at a certain clip, I don't know what trailer it's in. It could have been in the second trailer or the third trailer, all the little ones that have been sprinkling along since the Comic-Con reveal. There's a 4-way burst of what looks like proton guns hitting, trying to cross beams. I think that's what Egon set up. He set up some proton turrets on each 4 corners of this pit, and he has them trained on the pit. So whatever comes out that pit, motion sensors go off, and it just crosses the streams and sends it back in. I think there is a clip, or there is a shot of these guns on these points. I'll see if I can dig that out as well. I'll add those either in this section or at the end so you can see. And this is pure speculation on my part. I believe that the final battle will happen. We'll have Gozer. Are you a god? And Peter will turn to Raina and go, you do the honours. We may not be gods, but we're Ghostbusters. And they all train the guns. And as they go, then die. Egon's ghost will pop up. Phoebe's got her gun. And the others... I'm going to say this. I think only Phoebe's going to have a proton gun. And all the other when you've seen the figures for the releases, I don't believe any of the other ones have got proton guns. I just think it's Phoebe that's got one. Podcaster's got the goggles. Trev's got the car. Lucky has the trap. Phoebe has the gun, the proton pack. Yeah. So the other 3 Ghostbusters, Peter, Ray, and Winston, they will turn up. They will help out in the final battle, and then right when the critical moment is happening, Gozer just goes, and everyone falls down. You pitiful weaklings! And just electrocutes them all. And just as we think this, whatever Gozer's going to do, take the destructor form of her choosing, or its choosing this time round, Egon's ghost is going to pop up. And if anyone has seen Dragon Ball Z, the Cell games, they'll know what I'm on about. There's a bit in it where Goku tells Gohan, I'm out, you're in, you can sort this out, go out there, take on Cell. Gohan gets his arm broken. And then Cell decides, enough of this, I've had enough, I'm going to blow up. And he decides to blow up, and Goku grabs hold of him, instant transmissions himself out, off the Earth, blows up King Kai's planet, and comes back as a spirit. And comes back to Earth as I say a spirit, but I think he was kind of like communicating through King Kai. And he puts his hand out with Gohan at the same time, and they do the Father Son Kamehameha. Okay, so the idea behind that in Ghostbusters would be that Peter, Ray, and Winston have got their proton wands on Gozer. Phoebe's helping out. She's finding it really difficult, and then Egon will, in his ghost form, overlay his spectral proton gun and just say, it's okay, I'm here with you, there's nothing to worry about. And he'll help her. He'll grab the gun and he'll say, don't worry, I'll help you. And I think that's that kind of emotional moment everyone's been kind of leading up to saying, not spoiling, but they've kind of said there's a nice little emotional moment in the film which may tear up, and I think that would be a good idea, that he doesn't just kind of like jump in there and go, I'm here to help as well. Oh, I think he will hand on help his granddaughter. And there's also a shot in the trailers, and it's Carrie Coon's character. She's wearing like a red spangly dress, which you don't see her wearing on a date out with Paul Rudd's character. Which a lot of people have said maybe she gets possessed and becomes the new Zool vessel, the vessel for Zool, and Paul Rudd's character becomes Vince Clortho's vessel, and that happens. What was I on about? So there's a shot of her kind of like on the floor around the farm area, and there's swirly stuff going around above a big mountain area above the mine, and she looks up, and I think that's the moment which is kind of like that bit in Batman where I think it's the Justice League film where Alfred, played by Jeremy Irons, says, "You said you would turn up, and you can't see who it is." And then supposedly it was supposed to have been Supergirl, or maybe another hero like Green Lantern or Martian Manhunter, and it's got cut out. Nobody knows who it was, and it turns out it was Superman. To save time, they did it. So Carrie Coon's character, she is lying on the floor. She's looking at, oh my god, what the hell's going on? And I reckon you'll see Egon pop up. You won't know it's Egon, and she'll go to say something, and then it'll cut to the battle. So yeah, I think that's how it's going to play out. Musings completely, just little ideas. I thought this could possibly play out like this. It would make sense to do it that way. As far as I know, there were only 5 proton packs. You had the 4 main ones, which Phoebe has Egon's pack, and then you had the 5th one, which was the spare pack, which Lewis has. I don't know if that pack went on to become the pack that the Rookie has in the video game. I've no idea. It could be the same pack. It would make sense, really. You know, you don't want to have too many proton packs because in case one of these gets stolen or whatever. Yeah, I don't know how many packs are going to show up in the film. There's a clip in the latest trailer which shows Paul Rudd. He must have found the underground kind of like workshop away from the farm that Phoebe slides down a pole, she opens it up, she goes underground, there's all spores, molds and funguses and things like that all around, and she finds 4 flight suits all with Spengler written on the side of them. I think they've all got Spengler on them. I could be totally wrong. Maybe Egon has every single one of those flight suits, and the Ghostbusters 2 ones. I don't know. Pure speculation. I think on the table you do see a few of the little bits and pieces. I'll go back and check that trailer later on and clarify. Pardon me. So yeah, I think. I mean, we're getting pretty close now. We're end of October. I think it's 29th today. It's 30 days, so we've got 20 days till the film comes out. I think we'll get more trailer, little clips and stuff being thrown out. There's bound to be something on some talk shows or some sort of entertainment shows. They're going to throw another clip out at us. I guarantee it. There's going to be something that's going to come out, and we'll probably be able to piece even more of the film together. Yeah. So until next video, this has been Dave, otherwise known as Jariah Plays from Leicester Ghostbusters division, saying, well, here's to the next film, here's to Afterlife and whatever comes after it. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I shall see you on the next one.